Yeah, I'm putting it.
Oh, you already got it. I'm good. I'll just stick with the Golden Age.
That works. Hello, YouTube. This is BUB'S Comics coming at you with the No Faces Comic Chat. Tonight, we have a very, 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 very average episode. So if you like fantastic comic analysis, some awesome books, and a few wacky characters, then you can expect the same level of awesome that you've been getting for the past year plus here on the No Faces Comic Chat. And with us this evening, we have a special guest. We know he's special. You know he's special. He knows he's special. We have Night Tiger Comics making a second appearance on the show. Say hello, Night Tiger.
Hello, Night Tiger.
I like it when they play along. And with me, as always, we have the world famous. Of course, we all know it's a small world, but the world famous Roger, aka Metarog. Say greetings, everyone.
Greetings,
everyone.
Oh, perfect.
2 for 2, Bob. 2 for 2.
I know. We're going to try and run the table on this one. And with us, as almost always, at least as with it as he ever gets, we have the incomparable DS Comics. Say, hey, everybody.
Hey,
everybody.
Yeah. Woo! Thank you all for joining us. This evening, we are the, who are we this evening? I always got to look it up. We are the Cowled Crusaders. Hey, what do you guys think of that one?
I'll tell you what I think.
Uh-oh.
I like you because I got mostly Batman books there.
I don't have a problem with the name, but when I got the email and I was like, oh, cool, Night Tiger's going to be on here. I missed it the last time he was on. Always excited about it. The topic is going to be whatever. And I was like, that's a horrible topic. I guess Club must have picked up a Batmobile book or something. Horrible topic for me. I'm struggling, man, but whatever. I figured you probably picked up a big book with Batmobile in it or Marvel Spotlight 5 or something, so whatever.
Well, I have a Marvel Spotlight 5, but it's an old pickup. But, it wasn't a special reason for this topic, really. Honestly, you have to understand this is a year in. We're somewhere around, 100 episodes or something? Oh, anybody want to do the fast math on it?
50. It's 52 weeks in a year, Bob.
Yeah, we're like at 60 or something.
Yeah, it's exhausting. I love it, but every now and then I really struggle. I mean, if you guys notice, sometimes I have the welcome email with the topic and everything. I have it out first thing in the morning. It's like 8 or 9 o'clock. It's out there. And then sometimes it's like 4:58. And I can tell you that if you're waiting for that email till 4:58, that topic is going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel.
So this is like 3/4 down the barrel because I think we got it at like 2 or something. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, today, it was pretty good.
So, but I thank you all for coming anyway. And with us in the chat, we have Simon Comics saying, hey, guys. We got Werewolf by Lunchtime. Fantastic name, fantastic fella from the fantastic land up north in Australia. And we have it's all relative.
I mean,
that's
south,
north of Antarctica, isn't it? And we have Area 51 Mike saying hello. DS Comics in, of course. We got Rayman, the Silencer Man. Welcome, Ray. Good to have you. And Metarog's in the house and some more Area 51 and the comic collectors here. Thank you for coming.
Tim.
And let's see. Hey, Night Tiger's back. Yeah, we're excited about it. Glad to have him here. Night Tiger has been so busy, man. I meant last week to invite you to the chat, and then I saw you had a chat coming up. Then you had another chat coming up. Then you went impromptu live or something last night. I was like, this guy's all over YouTube. I don't want to bother him. And then just as I sent him an email about being on the show tonight, I saw that he had another chat lined up for after this show ends. I was like, holy cow, this guy's still. I hope he's got strong batteries in that laptop or something because
just too much time on my hands.
Yeah,
we're glad to have you. Thanks for squeezing us into your busy, e-social schedule. We thank you.
Not a problem. Happy to be here.
That's a new. You just coined a new phrase there, Bub. E-social
The-
schedule.
E-social schedule.
Yeah.
I expect $5 every time someone says it.
Yeah. There you go.
And get my DS legal team on that.
Yeah, I won't be paying you though, because I'm never going to say that ever.
You just got to listen for when others do. That's all.
I can do that.
You probably don't never
Michael
sing. You probably. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
You're good. Michael Dodd's in the house. He said, "What's the topic again?" The topic is vehicles and comics. And I was going to make it more specific and say, what's our favorite or this, or let's talk about planes, trains, and automobiles. But then I figured, you know what? Anything's a vehicle, and we'll just talk about them. And it's just going to be, if you guys come up with a better topic, leave it in the chat below, and we'll make sure we block you from the next episode if it's no good. But if it's good, we'll give you credit.
Wow.
Let's see. Oh, Comic Collector says, always makes time for no faces, for the e-schedule for no faces. There you go. DS, mark that down. That's
mark that down. Hey, we got Comic Geek McD in here, Silver Age Dave. I tell you, we got an all-star chat once again, guys.
We are blessed.
Yes.
So let's see.
Absolutely.
I also wanted to say real quick to Night Tiger, because we know he's a very, very, very busy man, that I picked up this great comic that he had showed last time he was on the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Real Life Comics number 48 turned out to be an Alex Schomburg cover. I had no idea prior to buying it, and I still wouldn't. Looking at it, I would not have guessed it to be a Schomburg cover.
Yeah, you can't really tell.
A lot of blank space, unused. It almost makes me think if they only paid him half what he usually gets paid for this book. They just
probably right.
Out,
You're probably right. You're probably right, and that's probably what year is that from?
49, I think.
I think so.
49.
Yeah, that's a post-war issue.
Yeah, that's post-war. Yeah.
All the real life comics during the war were pretty much war related. Yeah, he did real life comics. He did an Alley Oop or Easy something, Captain Easy.
Captain Easy,
like that. A couple like lower tier things that I think you're probably right, Bub. They probably did pay him like half.
Yeah.
But he just had some random stuff, and some of it he actually signs Schomburg on the bottom. So he's got multiple different types of signatures. I don't know what's on that one, but it might say Schomburg.
This is the Exla.
Oh, is that his
backwards? And I didn't have one where he did that, so I was very happy to have it.
Yeah, he usually reserved that for the airbrush covers, but I'm surprised to see it on there.
Yep,
a lot of those lower tier ones are in the 40s. People just write Schomburg. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, very happy to have it. I bought it for $3.50. It's beat but complete, and we just had so much fun with this at the house, pronouncing rattlesnake dick. And they say that I hold on to the D too long, but I've never been known to do that. So I've got rattle. It says rattle to me. It says the strange story of rattlesnake dick, but they say that that's not right.
Yeah,
but anyway,
you should hold on to the E longer, not the D. Should be
rattlesnake E.
Rattlesnake.
Rattlesnake E dick. Rattlesnake E dick.
Rattlesnake.
There you go.
Dick.
Rattlesnake dick.
Dick. There you go. A little pause after the E on rattlesnake, and then.
All right. So heavy pause before the D. Got it.
Heavy pause before the D. Correct.
So Bob,
you can put that on your mantle next to your "Holding My Wood" cover that you've got there. Which one is that?
Oh, this one's going to work, man. Are you kidding me? It's going up in the Golden Age wall in my office at work. Absolutely. I'm going to bump a True Crime 3D for that.
and that was that phonics lesson was free, Bub. The next one, $10 an hour.
Oh, absolutely. Well, hey, when I get some of this e-schedule money rolling in, I'll pay you what I owe.
Just filter it my way. That's right.
You got it. We'll split it 80-20.
Okay, Bubs, I got a little story to match what you just told.
Please do.
So this book here, you showed the one where the girl had her foot caught in the oyster. Remember that?
Who showed me?
Yeah. You don't remember showing the Jungle Gym?
It's not. It's like a bear trap. It's not an oyster.
not a clam. Oyster is the thing inside of it.
Jungle.
I thought she was underwater.
No.
I thought well, anyways,
Yeah.
they wanted too much for that book, so I settled on this one.
Oh, that's
and
a beauty.
And the next day, that one was posted by another seller for $13 with a Jungle Gym from Charlton for both books, and I offered him 10, and he took it.
Oh wow!
So I haven't got it in the mail yet. I think it's coming tomorrow.
All right, well, we're excited about that.
The big oyster,
the old foot and the oyster trap. Maybe Silver Age Dave knows that, but that's the first I've ever heard of that one.
That's a new one on me.
That's a new one on me.
Yep. Oh, Area 51 is talking about the big wood issue. Yeah, I've got a couple of those weird ones now, right? We got this real life comics with the rattlesnake dick. We got the big wood cover and we have what's that other one?
The
Alf. Yeah, the Alf seal cover. There's another winner. I tell you, sometimes I think about picking up those Archie comics. We have Gretzky. Oh, Gretzky's here too. So I think about picking up some of those risque Archie comics. But man, they want like $100 for those. And you guys know me. I love to get the weird ones, but I don't want to pay that much for them.
Yeah, Archie's a hot category right now. Not something I collect, but the prices on Golden Age Archie especially. This is high, man. Those are pricey books. There are a lot of good non-Archie, non-Baker, sort of mainstream sexual innuendo covers in the Golden Age that you should look for, Bub. I'll point some out to you. There's one where a guy's holding up a pearl necklace and the girl sort of like kissing her neck and saying, well, what do I have to do to get those? And that's like up your alley thing too. And that one doesn't go for that much. You can find that one for, not too much money.
Yeah, not to say it like Maxwell Smart.
Now, what do you say not too much? Because I saw that one on the auction, and it was up to $150 already.
Well, DS,
not
much for Golden Age.
Yeah, by not that much, I mean $150.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's sort of what I meant by not much. I mean, you might luck out and find it for like $20 somewhere. But, look, I mean, there was a point where I believe all of us at one point were at $100 max per book. I'm not spending more than $100 on a book. We've all either are at that point or we're at that point.
Yeah.
And so if you're approaching that point, keep it in mind. Golden Age, $100 and $150, you get some good ones. If you remember those days are long past, then $150 is now a cheaper type book. So I remember it wasn't long. It seems like not long ago. I was not willing to pay more than $100 per book, if you guys can believe that.
Yeah, it's probably like less than 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was probably more than 3 years ago, but it was.
I was picking them up for about $100 about 3 years ago when I first got into Golden Age real big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got into Golden Age after I got past that $100 max because then I'm like, well, I can buy more bigger books now. But I don't know, probably like 5 years ago, I was not willing to spend more than $100 per book. Maybe 5 or 6 years, something like 5 years maybe.
What's funny is once you're into Golden Age, it's easy to fall back into keys and not even sweat it. I mean, I remember when I was looking at keys and they were like $50, $60. I'm like, holy cow, man, that's a lot of money for a comic book. I don't know if I can spend that. And then you start dropping 100 or 150 on Golden Age books. And then you go back and look at some of those keys and you're like, whoa, I could buy like 4 keys for that. Still not gonna, but I could,
I don't know if I'm like DS, but if I got $100, it's going on a Golden Age. I'm not even looking at a Marvel or a DC.
Yeah, I hardly do anymore either. But when I see a good deal on a book that I know is a key and that I can repair in some way, like give it a good clean or a press and give it a nice grade bump, that gets me excited still too. And I'm in like the $40 or $50 range on a Marvel or DC key.
Same
and then
here.
if it's Golden Age, I'm like 100 to 150. That's where I like to stay.
But of course, if you see a deal, you can't pass it up. It's like $40, $50 below retail. You've got to pick it up.
It's hard not to.
There's like something inside you that won't let you walk away from it.
Yeah. I'm going to foster that too. I'm going to feed
apparently
into that.
I don't have that I don't have that inside of me because I walk away from a lot of deals like that. So
Funny.
I don't have that parasite inside of me. I'm apparently.
You are.
We got Knights of Old in the house. We got Boy Who Had 7 in the house. I think we said Gretzky's in the house, so we got a few more people rolling in. Broke because of comics, Comic Geek McD. We're happy to have you all. Thank you so much. I guess we should reward them by talking about this unanimously voted crappy topic.
Hey, I didn't get a vote.
What do you think about the topic tonight?
Great idea. Great idea.
I appreciate you. You're on your way to a third invite.
So if we think it's crappy, are we out? I mean, is it that easy?
No, you can't get out. You can't get out. There's no
man.
Once you're in, you can't get out.
this is like Hotel California, right? I
Absolutely.
mean, you can check out, but you can never leave.
That's right. And we have let's see. Oh, it's so awesome. It's so nice to have all of you in the chat. Really, I appreciate it.
It is.
So I threw up a couple of my favorite vehicles in comics, we'll say, I think the Batmobile definitely counts, even though this version of the Batmobile comes from, the animated series. But then it's also in comics based on the animated series comic book, right? Batman Adventures.
Yep.
And then my favorite James Bond car, which is also in the James Bond comics.
Is that the Aston Martin?
I like that car. That's awesome.
I love that one.
Nice Aston Martin.
Yeah.
I fought hard to get that pop figure.
Okay.
I know
I got a bust in here. I'm looking at this Jungle Gym number 13, and she's got her foot stuck in a giant clam. So I don't know what you guys were looking at. She's underwater, and her foot. He's trying to open the clam up.
Did I show you that book?
Yeah.
Like I own that book?
I thought you did. I thought it was you.
I don't own that book. So
Jungle Gym 13, number 13.
It wasn't me. I don't own any Jungle Gyms. Nope.
Maybe I thought it was.
Nope.
Well, guess what? You should own this book.
Well, I tried to buy one last week, and somebody beat me out with a low bid offer.
Some guy from Ocala, I mean, just swooped in there.
Yeah. Well, when didn't you say you're getting a second copy of something? Yeah.
Throw it.
I'll catch it in the wind.
Two different ones. One was the Charlton, and one's the Standard.
Oh, no luck.
Hey Bub, you've been discovered, man. It says Knights of Old says, hey, thanks for paying us to be here, Bub. So you have some plants in the chat.
Oh, you gotta water them, keep them in the sunlight. Thank you, Knights of Old. The check's in the mail. As soon as the chat's over, I suggest you wait by the mailbox. Don't be afraid of the night.
He'll be out there. He'll be out there a long time.
Let's see. So yeah. Anyway, we got this thing here and Tron car or Tron. There's a Tron car now.
That's a light. That's a light cycle, sir.
Light cycle. Yes,
light cycle.
I love that.
I played the video game back in the 80s. Trust me, that's a light cycle.
I played that video game like last year. There was I had played it before that as well, but there was a retro arcade. There's a place in Myrtle Beach. There's a place in Myrtle Beach that is it's a mall. So it's the mall closest to northern Myrtle Beach shores, whatever that is. And there was a comic shop and it had collectibles and all kinds of stuff, retro gaming. So he had all, manners of games and cartridges. And then next door to it, owned by the same guy, was a retro arcade because he buys arcades and fixes them.
Cool.
And it was freaking awesome. Nice. And original pricing too, like just $0.25 to play.
Right.
Yeah,
nice.
It was fantastic. Nice. Had a big time. I sent pictures. I think DS. I sent you a couple pictures of that Tron machine I was playing on.
Yeah, I remember. I saw pictures of it. Yeah, that was good stuff.
That was like a year ago. Fun, man. That was so much fun.
Yeah, there's two games I want to get at some point in my life. I want to get an original Galaga arcade game, and I want to get one of the Space Invaders tabletop ones that you would see sometimes at like pizza parlors or something, where it was built into the table and you sit across from each other and play it. Yeah, so I want to get Space Invaders table game and a Galaga stand up.
The Galaga's not rare, but that table Space Invader is going to be tough to find.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of the Mrs. Pac-Man tabletops, but that's the one I see the most.
I'd like to get a Mr. Do.
What's that?
Great game. Love that game.
Or Pengo the Penguin.
The one with the ice block. The ice block one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also the kangaroo with the punching glove. The boxing glove.
Yeah. That's a rare game. I haven't seen that in many years. Yeah.
That's cool. Hey, we got Bueller in the house.
Hey,
Knights of Old still causing trouble. Thank you all for joining us. Well, since nobody wants to talk about the topic for tonight, we'll go to DS. DS, what's your favorite vehicle, or what you got to say about any vehicles and comics? Let me hear it.
So when I saw that was going to be the topic, I thought to myself, I'm into pre-code horror and golden age, creepy, dark, scary stuff, and sci-fi. And I was like, oh, sci-fi. Maybe I have some spaceships. And lo and behold, I do have Planet Comics #1, where they was exiting the spaceship and being attacked by aliens. And then I have this awesome LB Cole Captain Arrow comics with some spaceships on it and in it. And then a guy in a boat. So that's a vehicle there too. Another LB Cole. That's it. That's the only 3 I have that have vehicles on the cover.
Wow.
Some of the Golden Age, a lot of the Golden Age books are anthologies or collections. There'll be like 4 different stories inside the book or 5 different stories. And some of them, a lot of them have gangster stories, crime stories. So there's a lot of cars inside them, but I don't particularly know. Like this one definitely has some of that in there. But I had, a Ghost Rider 1 I pulled out here. And I guess you guys said this Mr. Miracle counts as a vehicle since he's being transported in, I guess. So I don't know anything about the Miracle.
Launched somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Vehicles in comic books are cool. They are. I was trying to think if there was a point when comic books didn't have vehicles, but vehicles predate comic books. So I think vehicles have been in comic books since the beginning. And what's interesting is there's a lot of superheroes that use vehicles. It's almost like their utility belt for Batman. There's very few superheroes that don't have an accessory, and a lot of the ones that do have accessories have vehicles as accessories. Particularly Batman has everything as an accessory, including several vehicles. I think one of the few that doesn't is Superman, and I've seen him in a car before. But vehicles are an integral part, and it's interesting. What I do like to do, and I didn't think about it until I read this topic specifically, was I really like one aspect of Golden Age books is to go back and read through the books and to just look at the different backgrounds, the different vehicles, the buildings, the clothing, especially like Dick Tracy stuff or crime stuff from the 40s. You see a lot of cool, same reason I like to watch black and white movies. You get to see a lot of the old furniture and buildings and clothing style and vehicles. So it's a cool topic, honestly. I just don't have a lot to show vehicle wise, because sci-fi and horror, aside from spaceships, you're not getting too many cars. So that's
true. But I like some of the crash scenes that you've had on your books and the cars flying everywhere.
Oh, I had some good crash scenes with cars, and I sold those. And trying to think, I've sold a lot of books. I don't keep a ton of books anymore, so I had some crazy car crash scenes. I have one that has, you guys will know what it is. It's that 1950s anti-communist one put out by the Catholic Press. If people talk.
Oh yeah,
yep.
That one, the first printing I have, is pretty rare. Inside it has a very violent car crash scene in it, which was, I think, the main reason that they pulled it and redid it in 1958 without the major violence of the car crash scene. But I've got that in a slab, so I couldn't show it anyway. But that's got a pretty violent, fiery car crash scene in it. But...
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, be careful back there.
There was one you had on. I think it was a Cole cover, maybe, where it was just crashing. It had all that black smoke, thick black smoke. He was crashing against a lamppost.
Yeah, he was being crashing against lampposts. The car was
right?
exploding. The cops were shooting at him, and he was being ejected from the vehicle. Yeah, I sold that at Heroes Con to David Adams. I brought a stack of books, and they're usually pretty good at paying prices on slabs. So I sold that to them along with like 4 other slabs. So
cool.
Yeah.
A bunch of people in the chat are chiming in here on vehicles. You showed that Ghost Rider 1, right?
Yeah.
Now, did you know that is actually his stunt cycle there at that point? It wasn't until I think Ghost Rider 5 or so that he actually got to create his flame cycle, which is what I'm showing here. So that's actually, he had 2 different vehicles. He had the original bike, which he used as Johnny Blaze in his stunt performance, and then he had the one that he could create out of his Hellfire.
Okay. I didn't know that. I don't know a whole lot about Ghost Rider. It's not a character that I just bought this to flip, but I still have it. Not a character I know a lot about. And one of the few crappy superhero movies that I also agree is crappy. I usually
that's rare.
Yeah.
I know. I usually like the crappy ones, but that one is not crappy enough, and it's not good enough. It's like in the in-between area where it just sucks.
It's boring.
But if it would be a little worse, I would really like it, and if it would be a little better, I would like it. But it's
boring. It was boring. I agree. I was so excited when that was coming out, but I was like, ugh, it was boring.
Let me address it.
I liked it.
Let me address the comment here. Bro, because of comics said Flash didn't have a vehicle that he's aware of, but didn't he have the time treadmill? Wouldn't that be a vehicle?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess you do travel.
It could move in time, not space. Yeah.
I think that might count.
Yeah, that's why I was showing the Legion of Superheroes time bubble. That could do both. It could move in time and space.
And the Inhumans had what's the dog's name?
They Lockjaw.
Lockjaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Lockjaw when I was a kid. It just with just this little like bulldog with that thing on his head. I was fascinated by him. I remember reading. I had the what is it? The Marvel Index to the Marvel Universe or something where they had like and that had like a diagram of Lockjaw and all his abilities and his history, and I was fascinated. It was such an oddball, weirdo character to me, and it was just always thought Lockjaw was just weird and cool.
And did you know that Lockjaw is not actually a dog? That he's an Inhuman? That looks like a dog. Yeah. The official Marvel index to the Marvel, the official index to the Marvel Universe is a hidden treasure. You wouldn't believe the good stuff you could find in there. You can't find anywhere else.
Yeah, and I think that puts the DC universe, or what is it?
Who's Who?
The Who's Who. I hate that book.
Yeah, that one's not nearly as good.
No, it was very sketchy. I mean, it at least it had some, but it was much sketchier. The Marvel Universe official index really got in depth. It gave you the first appearance. It gave you, the main highlights of the character, and even gave you the paraphernalia.
Yeah, they had a schematic of Iron Man's suit, and it broke down. I had like lines. It was like a mechanical schematic, and it had all these diagrammed parts of his armor, and it was like, I'm like, man, this looks like it's real.
Man, there's some really good stuff in the chat here. Man from Deantown, I think you're right. Dazzler had her rollerblades. Iron Man had rollerblades for a while too. That he popped out the bottom of his boots. Let's see. Oh yeah, prior to Ghost Rider was Hell Rider at Skywald. He had a chopper mounted, and had a flamethrower in the. A lot of people think that might be like the prototype to Ghost Rider, Hell Rider. He only appeared in 2 magazines, as far as I know, in Skywald. But it does bear some similarities. Ghost Rider driving a car with a helmet on. I guess that's the newer Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Robbie Reyes, I think, Ghost Rider.
Robbie Reyes.
I mean, the car looks pretty cool, but it just seems wrong. Like, something's wrong.
You got to keep in mind a lot of like the vehicles or themes. Charlton66 posted something on Instagram the other day. It sort of ties in, and it was from 1965, and it was a martial arts themed Charlton superhero and book. And I commented,
that's Judo Master.
Yeah, and I commented that's got to be one of the earliest martial arts themed comics, because usually this stuff appears in comics when it is popular in the rest of the culture. So motorcycles in the 70s, you know, the Easy Rider, motorcycles. So then in the 70s, you've got a lot of motorcycles appearing in comics, and you know, in the 30s and 40s, you had a lot of those old style cars with the suicide doors and a lot of Tommy guns because there was a lot of like gangsters and then car chases and you know, I think Bonnie and Clyde, or who was the one, the FBI, they would just skip across the border because there was no FBI at that point. So they just leave the state and the police couldn't follow them. Can't remember who that was. Might have been Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, in the movie they did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when they started the hot pursuit laws so that you could follow them if you were in hot pursuit and so forth.
Yeah, I think that's what led to the advent of the FBI, was so that they had a law enforcement agency that wasn't constrained by state borders. But yeah, so when that stuff appears in popular culture, then it appears in comics. So yeah, motorcycles in the 70s were big.
Yeah. Knights of Old's making a good one here. Silver Surfer's board, you know, that was a direct, just like you're saying, DS, that was a cultural emergence into the comics to, you know, acquire younger readers. I think I forget where I heard it. I was watching something on Stan Lee, and he was saying that he was surprised when he went to college campuses at that time. He expected to hear, you know, the classic heroes were the big ones, and all they did on the college campuses out west was ask him about Silver Surfer. That's all they cared about.
Yeah, Silver Surfer, Beach Boys, all that stuff in the late 60s. Yeah.
All right. Silver Age Dave says he wants us to say hot pursuit like Jackie Gleason. Okay. So I can try, and then you guys can try yours, right? I'm in hot pursuit of a felon crossing the sight lines. That's my best. Okay.
I officially forbid anyone from trying that.
That's from my favorite movie when I was a kid, Smoking the Bandit, I think.
Smoking the Bandit, yeah.
Yeah, I watched that. That came out when I was like, I don't know, 4 maybe or something. And yeah, that was my favorite movie.
Everybody's laughing at me.
It works. I just don't want any. It was so good, Roger. I don't want anyone.
It was so good. Yeah, right.
They would fail. They would fail in comparison. But you know, there was another one that we missed up top. Somebody was wanting us to talk like Maxwell Smart and say missed it by that much. So there's
that was good.
Yeah.
That was good. Hey, maybe we can do an episode on all you know, quips and all famous little sayings, you know.
That'd be fun, boy. It'd be good to have JPL Flash on that one. He was
he's good. He's good.
Yeah, Man from Beantown.
White Whale Comics does good with that too.
Man from Beantown's killing it with the vehicles. He had the turtles with the turtle van that shoots pizzas, and then
I had that
with the rollerblades, which we mentioned. But then he also had the Green Goblin glider. That's a great
that's a great one. I didn't think of that one. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Strange X Blades in the house. I think we had Silver. We had Tats Comics show up. Unruly Simeon. You guys, thank you all for joining us today. We're having a great time picking on everybody playfully.
Everybody, remember the Spider-Mobile?
I remember the Spider Buggy, and I remember
that's what it is. That's what it is.
Well, there was a Spider Van too, and I do remember the Spider Van, and I still see the Spider Van at conventions from time to time. Yeah, Night Tiger's muted. I don't know. He did it to himself. It says he unplugged his mic. I can't do anything about it. It says, like, I tried to unmute him, and it says that, you know, that guest mic has been unplugged. So I don't know what to do about that. If you're still in the chat, type in something. If you want to drop out and come back in, Night Tiger, that's fine. Whatever you need to do. We miss you, buddy. Yeah. So anyway, we got Blue Beetle's bug. So yeah, I remember when we had the Spidey buggy, and that was around the time that I was aware that things were kind of weird with comics. Like, like, you know,
me too.
When you're real young, you're like, hey, this is all amazing. This could totally happen. This could totally happen. You know, you're passing by spiders thinking, I don't know, maybe I should let it bite me just this once, you know. But then you see Spider-Man driving a dune buggy, and you're like, okay, something ain't right here, you know.
You know what's funny is that even Marvel realized that, because I think it was issue 160 something. it was used by the Tinker against him, and the company that he promoted it for, right? They wanted him to use it to promote their line of cars and so forth, and it got wrecked. So all he did is he webbed it and he hung it outside their window, and he said, "I don't want to do this anymore." I mean, so they got rid of it, like, in a very, very dramatic fashion. It was really cool. It was like, I think 163, ASM 163, something like that. Really cool. Hey, what about the Punisher van also? Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Now,
one.
that I liked. I really liked the Punisher van. I always thought that was perfect. Him driving around. Of course, it got a little ridiculous with the rockets and everything like that, but I like the idea that he was able to go right down to the street and get everything he needed to, destroy people. I thought that was great.
Well, who has the most vehicles? I was thinking about that too, and I think Batman probably has.
Batman,
yeah. He's got
the Bat Sub, Bat Bike, Bat Copter, Batmobile,
Bat Plane.
I mean, everything. Any kind of mode of transportation, he had it.
Doesn't he have? The Bat boat or whatever he has goes underwater too, right?
I think
yes.
So I think
he had a Bat boat and a Bat submarine or something.
He had a Bat Sub, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if the Bat Sub was the same as the boat or if they were separate.
I think in the movie they make them the same, but before that they were separate, I think.
And he had a motorcycle too.
Bat cycle, for sure. And Robin did too.
Listen, a lot of people. This is ridiculous, right? But in Spidey Super Stories, Thanos appears, and you know about this, right? In a helicopter.
Yeah.
Do you know about that? And that's the most ridiculous thing. He actually has like Thanos written on the helicopter, and it's the most ridiculous thing you ever. And a few people, Chad from Comic Corps, by the way, welcome, Chad. Noted that, and also Broke 'Cause of Comics. That is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Even when that came out, and it's Spidey Super Stories is for younger, like 10 and below readers. But even then, it was just a ridiculous issue. It was just totally ridiculous. And he got arrested by the New York cops or something. I mean, it was just ridiculous.
Thanos got arrested by the cops?
I think so. Listen, I haven't read that in 40 years, but my memory seems to float to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Hard guy to arrest. I couldn't imagine handcuffs would hold him anyway.
No, but Spidey Super Story Thanos was like on the level of like a Kingpin. He had a normal kind of guy almost.
All right, I didn't know. It looked like we were kind of dropping in and out of the van. Listen to that, dropping in and out of the chat there. Hope if you guys, if it's not running right, you can just kind of back out and come back in. It looks like that'll fix it a little bit. Don't know where
Where's Mike?
Yeah, where's Mike? Mike, if you're still there, just like put a hand in front of the camera or something. I don't know, like do one of these. I don't know.
Maybe he said something to piss them off or something, but I thought it was going well, and then he just stopped talking. So he probably
let me text him. Maybe
hopefully he just had to attend to something that wasn't serious, and he'll be back here. But
maybe he didn't realize he's off mic here.
Well, I know he said he was going to have to kind of jump out too because he's got 4 more chats to do tonight. So maybe he had to go grab a bite to eat or something. Hop in the Night Tiger van and go get some eats.
Yeah, so who are some superheroes that you can't think of ever being in a vehicle? I would think like Hulk. Never seen use a vehicle for anything ever.
I tell you, one of the things that I never liked about the Fantastic Four hovercopter or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Ford. What's it called?
Fantastic Car?
Yes, the one where it had. I never liked how Thing fit in there. I always thought like that was like an impossibility. Like every time I saw Thing in that, I was like, you know what? He's just too big to be in there. How does that thing get off the ground with him in there? I just never liked it. So that's how kind of I feel about the Hulk. He's just too big to be in a vehicle. What are you going to put him in? A slingshot? I mean, like a catapult? I don't know.
I don't think I've ever seen him in a vehicle. I've seen him on a vehicle, and under a vehicle, and smashing vehicles, but I've never seen him ride one.
I can't think of one offhand. No, I mean he's ridden with people in vehicles, obviously many times, but a Hulk specific vehicle, I can't think of one. No. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Let's see who else. The Joker had his Joker car and his Joker van and stuff.
Yep, he had a Joker van. Yep.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't. I don't think Warlock ever had a vehicle. I can't think of one at least.
No, I can't think of one for him either.
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night had he had a motorcycle.
Yeah.
He rode
Yeah.
most of the time.
So did Captain America. Captain America had a motorcycle, and also I was going to say the Avengers had that flying car for a while. At Hawk, the non-flying heroes would use like Hawkeye, Black Widow, Captain America.
Yeah, I've got him. I've got my permanent display of Werewolf by Night riding Danny Ketch's motorcycle. Ghost Rider's motorcycle. I love that. It hangs on my wall like this.
I've never seen that one before.
Yeah. Well, it's a mashup,
cool.
you know.
We're doing vehicles. I know we're doing comic books and vehicles, but where's your little mini DeLorean?
It actually, so we'll do a little fly around. So it actually hangs from a piece of nylon.
Yeah, there
that
it is.
I have suspended. So it kind of always looks like it's in flight because it's the flying version with the wheels down. So that's how that is.
Oh, the one with Mr. Fusion on top.
Yeah. So it hangs. It's always there. So
Here's
I love that
one
car.
here's one that I bet you not many people will remember.
Is that
The
a
Metal
tank?
Man.
The Metal Man flying saucer.
Well, everyone needs one of those.
Okay, am I back in? I'm back in.
Hey, you're back. Hey.
I had to lay down the law for my grandson.
Ah.
Oh boy. I hate that for him.
Oh yeah, so Broke Cause of Comics is saying Hulk had a Hot Wheels. Yeah, I mean that's sort of related vehicle. And then Gretzky said they gave Hulk a Hulk copter, so that's sort of like a Thanos copter too.
I
Yeah.
didn't even fit in that.
Well, even if he could fit in it, I can't imagine he would have the patience to control it.
What about that one?
Nah, there's no.
Kirby did some great vehicles.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
What's
the
that
New
one? I can't
Gods, the flying kind of platform that they had. Yeah, that's a good one.
Who had the chair in Marvel?
Metron of the New Gods had a chair. The Mobius chair or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was one in Marvel too. I can't remember who it was.
MODOK had one.
Yeah.
Oh
MODOK.
yeah, MODOK.
Yeah.
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 And Professor X has a motorized chair. Yeah, I think that counts as a vehicle.
Didn't he have it at one point? Wasn't it like levitating chair?
Oh
like
yeah, absolutely.
like it went off. Yeah.
Can you imagine this one? The secret of the flying back. So the whole Batcave flies.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I think
Cool.
Knights of Old was mentioning that one, the flying bat cave.
Yeah, he did mention that.
Here's my favorite.
Is that a pogo chair? What is that?
The the gyro. The bat gyro.
Oh yeah,
We missed that one.
Yeah,
gyrocopter.
We
That's
talked about
cool,
it for a
yeah.
little bit. We missed that one. Cool. Fastball special as a means of travel. Yeah, well, I guess so.
I gotta love that one.
Yeah.
And actually, Wolverine had a car. Oh man, I'm a bad Wolverine fan. I can't remember what it was.
Didn't he use a motorcycle for a while?
He did. He uses motorcycles a lot.
Okay.
But there really was. He had a car that he used for. It was an odd car too, but at the time it was real popular. I thought it was like the coolest car ever made. You got Rocketeer jetpacks. Yeah, that counts.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, that's that. I was going to show the Adam Strange jetpack too.
Did you talk about a surfboard? The surfboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We've got that.
We sure did.
Well,
thank you, Thomas Churchill, for joining us as well. And Glitter and Duct Tape, thank you for being here. And Pope Cerebus the First, thank you for being here as well. Strange X Blades.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Did you mention the helicarrier?
No,
not yet. No,
not
not
mention
yet.
the helicarrier.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten to the Shield vehicles yet. Yeah, that. Of course, that is very, very famous from the Captain America movies.
Now, what the heck is this thing right here? I haven't read this yet. Some vehicle for Nick Fury.
I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
You'll have to read it and tell us.
I know he had the flying car, like I'm showing here.
Lola,
Shield,
right?
Lola, right. But I don't know what that is, Mike. I don't know what that is.
The Eels helicopter.
That's a new one on me. That's a new one on me.
Did you talk about Moon Knight's copter?
Oh, the Moon Knight copter. No, we hadn't mentioned that yet either.
No, not the moon copter.
I mean, honestly, we haven't run out of them yet either.
No.
I mean, there's a ton of vehicles.
I'd love to have the Joker mobile. An issue with that, I don't have one.
Yeah, I don't either. I like the old Batman Batmobile where it had his kind of face in the front too, the cowl in the front. I like that too.
How about the Brainiac skull something? Brainiac.
The skull ship. His ship. Yeah. Listen, the guys in the chat. Let's go through this because this is great stuff they're talking about here.
Oh yeah, the Aero car.
Haunted Tank and GI Combat.
Yeah,
absolutely. Ant-Man on the Arrow. Brilliant. Yep. Brilliant, Pope. Brilliant. Okay, Boy Who Had Seven. How about Thor's hammer?
There you go.
It does pull him around, right? I mean, technically, he can't fly without it, right?
Iron Man's armor.
Penguin's umbrella.
Yep. I actually almost pulled that issue.
Static Sewer Top.
I don't know anything about Static Kling. Is that his name, Static Kling?
Strange X-Blade. You have to expound upon that. I'm not really sure what that is.
Impulse rode a scooter.
Yeah.
Impulse rode a scooter. Yeah.
Lobo's Space Chopper.
That's right. And Omega Man, he had the Space Chopper. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, and of course, Wonder Woman's jet, which we've seen it in the chat before, but we hadn't mentioned it.
The invisible jet.
I always thought that was a little weird. Like, okay, so you got a girl in a miniskirt, and you put her in an invisible jet. I mean, come on, guys. Really? That's a bit on the nose.
Well, the creator was a little bit of a sexual deviant, so that might have been why,
These days are just preferences.
That's right.
Here's a spaceship two-seater right here.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Yeah, the Quinjet, the Avengers Quinjet. That's another one. I have that over here.
I've never seen the Supermobile. That would be interesting. Actually, comes I don't know that I remember that one.
There's like an Action Comics where it's on the cover. Yeah, I've seen it. I think it's when he lost his powers when he goes to a red sun or something.
Okay, Metarog, what's it made out of?
What's what made out of?
What's the ship made? What's Superman's vehicle made out of?
I don't know. I don't recall that issue except on the cover.
Supermanium.
Supermanium?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh boy.
That's
wow.
Terrible.
That's a stretch there.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
Turtle Blimp. I remember that. I remember the Turtle Blimp. That's pretty
Turtle
good.
Blimp. Wow.
Absolutely. I had a ton of Turtle Boys when I was a kid, man. I had a crap ton of them. I used to buy them in every yard sale I found and just scoop them up.
Did you guys mention Green Goblin's glider?
Yes.
Somebody did. Yeah.
Somewhere. And I want to say thanks to everyone who's come and gone, like Mike, Area 51 Mike, Broke Cuz of Comics, got to go. Thank you, guys. I know Tat said he couldn't stay too long. He's got to coach some football. Werewolf by lunchtime usually has work. So thank you all for spending as much time with us as you can. It's an absolute honor and a pleasure. So let's see. What do we get? Ecto 1.
Ecto 1. Yeah. That's
Supergirl skateboard.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Volume 3. I think it's volume 3.
Oh, on volume 3. Hey, Lawrence from the Go-To Geese is in here. Hi, Lawrence. Hi, buddy. I just spoke to him earlier today.
Were you guys listening to Power Records at the same time with the lights off, talking to each other as if you were in the same room?
That's what, when he calls, that's kind of like the requirement. You have to have that on the record player, while we're talking.
That's awesome. I only have like 2 Power Records. One, and I think they're both Star Trek Power Records.
Really? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see who else we can think of here.
I have two K-Tel records.
K-Tels? Oh no, you're heavy metal, dude. Man, we got probably a bunch of records there. Hey, the Blackhawks had their planes. Oh, the X-Men had the Blackbird.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Comic Geek MD, for stopping by. We appreciate you.
Take care, buddy.
Well, Moon Boy had Devil Dinosaur, but I don't guess you can count that because he's not mechanical.
How about Skyjet? The Skyjet, Hawkeye.
I don't remember that one.
Skyjet.
The
You mean that? This
Oh,
thing?
the Avengers.
Yeah, and then Hawkeye in a solo. He wrote it around.
Yeah. I mentioned that. I guess that's when you were out. I mentioned that.
I think Captain America wrote it also.
You did, and Black Widow. Yeah. Oh, the Champions had the Champions car.
Oh yeah.
Remember with the big C in the front? I should have dug that out, but
It was. I was trying to look for that cover with Goliath, Black Goliath,
yeah, and he's like punching it, or he's right by it. Yeah.
and John Byrne issue. I remember that one.
Yeah, like 11, I think is what it is. Let's see what else.
Ghost
Well,
Rider's
you know,
bike. We forgot
it's
to
funny,
mention
though.
Ghost Rider's bike.
Oh
Yeah.
no, we talked
We've
about
talked
it.
about
We
that.
talked about
comes
it
up
at
every 10
length.
minutes.
Yeah, we talked about it.
I tell you
at
what,
length.
though, isn't that funny that all the vehicles we're mentioning are kind of older vehicles? You don't see these, a lot of them come up very often. Maybe it's not a thing anymore.
Black Racer.
To care how people are getting around, you know?
Yeah, Black Racer had the skis. Yeah.
Okay, so
That's
so
crazy.
Bob, so you mentioned that you don't see the vehicles much anymore. You know, I was reading Tales to Astonish last night, and I was like, man, you know, you don't see in Marvel Comics anymore. The superhero fan clubs come barging in on the Marvel superheroes. You know, like the teenagers with the club. Can we get your autograph? And,
Oh, they do it in some of them. Which it's not an exact. I don't think they have a name, but in like a lot of the Squirrel Girl and Captain Marvel and a lot of those more what I would consider to be more female targeted markets, then a lot of the comic, like 80% of the comic, is them dealing with their fans.
oh, okay.
They're always on social media, and they show up to where they're fighting, and they sign autographs after every battle. There's a lot of that goes on in what I consider to be the female turned. You know, I don't know how appropriate that is. I don't know. YouTube tells me my metrics are 110% male. So I know that can't be true because I get I know I have some female that watch my channel, but it can't be that many, like 5 or 6. So if any of you are out there, let me know what the appropriate term for that is. But you know,
Oh, okay. We haven't mentioned. Did we mention Ant-Man's ants?
Well,
no.
we
We're
mentioned
trying
the
to stay
Arrow,
mechanical.
yeah. We're
Trying to
mechanical.
stay
There's a
inanimate
couple
in
here.
some way.
There's a couple good ones here in the chat. Shield's floating base. Was that
The
movable?
helicarrier. The helicarrier.
That's a helicarrier.
Oh, helicarrier. Okay. Galactus's world ship. Yep. That's
Oh,
definitely
yeah,
a good
yeah.
one. The JLA satellite that moved in in orbit. So
There you go.
Oh, this is a good one. Enemy Ace and his Fokker triplane. That's right.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
my.
Yeah, and Black Hawks also had their planes. And Balloon Buster had a plane too. And
Who's
yeah.
Balloon Buster?
Balloon Buster, DC character. Yeah.
Oh,
Balloon
well,
Buster,
I figures.
yeah. Enemy Ace, that's right.
Oh, did we mention
Optimus Prime turned into a truck. It's true.
Yeah.
Did we mention Blue Beetle?
Yes.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
and his
Beetlebug.
Beetlebug. Yep. We sure did.
Well, if you look at the Transformers or G.I. Joe, they have almost an unlimited number of vehicles appear in those comic books.
True.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
And they blow them all up.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, while I was pulling stuff out, I was trying to stay away from anything that didn't originate in a comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were kind of, but it's all in fun. It's
yeah.
all in good fun.
The Pogo plane.
Pogo plane. Yeah. I couldn't
Who
find a
was that
cover with a
from?
Pogo. Fantastic Four.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
don't know that one.
I couldn't find a cover with it, Mike. I don't know if you have one. I couldn't find one.
I don't. I couldn't find any vehicles on Fantastic Four covers I have.
Yeah, I found the Fantastic Car, but I could not find the Pogo plane.
Green Lantern, he makes vehicles sometimes from
Well,
his ring.
the power ring.
The power ring. The power ring
man.
makes vehicles, yeah.
What about the?
And that takes him around too. It flies him.
What about the nymph metal belt?
The Nympho Metal Belt. I'm not familiar with that one. You can send me a PM on Instagram with a link to the Nympho Metal Belt.
No.
That would be fine.
No.
But I don't. Otherwise, I don't know what that is.
No.
Yeah,
Hawkman, Hawkgirl? Hawkman, Hawkgirl?
What was the owl ship in Watchmen called? Knights of Old brought that up.
What was
Oh
that?
yeah.
Hey, we got Lady Fantastic. We have their 1% female.
Hey, there's our female demographic. Hey, my lady.
Welcome.
Yeah, the owl ship is based upon the Blue Beetle. Also, it's the owl in Watchmen was the character that was allowed to be used by Alan Moore instead of the Blue Beetle because he was gonna really mess him up.
Yeah,
I did a video on that sometime back.
Raymond, I think
It must have been
Invisible
on a
Jet
Tuesday.
was the very first one we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, Lady
Amazo.
Fantastic. We're talking about vehicles in comics,
Yeah.
and all sorts of there's abouts, and we definitely are getting loose with it. Although we do still want them to be non-animal, basically.
Yeah.
So mechanical in some form or magical, even because I don't think the Silver Surfer surfboard or the power ring, I don't think those would be considered mechanical necessarily. They're more magical.
No.
Or even Mjolnir, right? That's not mechanical.
No.
But it's funny to me how he used to have to really whip that hammer up to get momentum. And I always felt like that was a show of his strength. Like he would whip it, Thor would whip his hammer so hard that it would fly up and kind of pull him along.
Yeah.
But then, they kind of get kind of loose with that over time where now he just is kind of floating, holding it. That's a little different. So they can't even get it straight.
Yeah, depending on the writer, they kind of moved it back and forth.
Bubs, DS, Roger, thanks for having me. I'm going to get off here so I can start prepping for the next show. And thanks for the community, all the chat, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Okay,
all right, thanks, Mike. And I just have to warn you that you did put your name in the hat for the Why No Faces segment. That'll be coming up in about 3 minutes. So I guess you won't be here to defend yourself.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect time to exit. I'll watch it later.
All right, sounds good, brother.
Take care.
Thanks. All right, bye. That was great. Good to have him on the show, of course. Darkwing Duck's helicopter.
That's right.
I remember that.
That's right.
I remember that. I like that one.
That's right.
Or for that sake, what were who were the whole not Darkwing Duck, but it was in that vein, wasn't it? The Rescuers, or who was that group of DuckTales? DuckTales had that helicopter.
Yeah, helicopter. Yeah, Uncle Scrooge and the boys. Yeah, they sure did. Yeah. The Mach 5. Okay, hold on. Somebody said the Mach 5. Hold on.
You're all over it now.
Now we're talking my speed. Here's the Mach 5 right here. There it is. Right there.
Nice.
The Mach 5.
Speed racer car?
Speed racer. There you go.
What did Racer X? Racer X had a car too.
Yes.
What was the name of that? Phantom X?
Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah. I don't remember, but yeah, that sounds familiar.
That was the one I liked.
Yeah. Yeah. And they had, and of course they fought against many different cars, the Mammoth car, the Melange, the wrestling car. I forgot what they called that one. I already said the Mammoth car. Oh, that was a great show. I love that show. Oh man, brings back memories.
I tell you, one of my favorite vehicles when I was a kid was the Thundercats, Thundermobile or whatever it was called.
Mm-hmm.
I love that Thunder Tank. That's what it was.
Thunder Tank. Yeah, we had those paws. The paws would come out.
Oh man,
and
I thought that was the coolest design vehicle ever. I always wanted one. Never had one. If I could pick one toy, I don't know if that would be it, but it'd be up on the list. If I could pick 5, it would definitely make top 5.
Oh, here's a good one: the Flintstones and the Jetsons car. Yeah.
Nice.
Talk about polar opposites. One you had to kick, and the other one would fly with just a little bubble in the back there.
Yeah. Got Rip Hunter's Time Machine. Of course, we talked about the DeLorean too.
Yep.
For Back to the Future. And I do have that in a comic. Doesn't originate from a comic, but I still have it.
Phantom Cruiser. Mike, is that the Racer X car, the Phantom Cruiser?
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying.
Is that what he's saying? Okay, all right.
Yeah. I hope.
I should know that, but man, I'm just drawing a blank on Racer X. I know he had a big X in the front.
Yeah.
But I'm drawing a blank.
I always like that one. It's cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Speed racer from like the 50s or 60s, whenever
60s. Yeah. I'm not that old, DS.
Yeah, well, I know that. That was a cartoon geared towards kids, and it was super violent and reckless. Like I don't know that that's a good influence on kids who are approaching an age where they're going to be driving around in cars on the road and they're watching that, because that guy drives recklessly. There's violent crashes in it. Not a really.
There was one episode, DS. I forgot I think it was called the Volcano Race, where I think 50 cars started, only 2 finished.
Oh wow!
All the rest were consumed by the volcano. So they didn't show them, but they died. 48 people died in that episode. So.
That's crazy, man. You don't see that kind of stuff anymore usually.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one, Lady Fantastic. The Gadget Mobile. From
I was thinking of Gadget's hat too, where he had a helicopter come out of it.
Yeah, his hat. Oh yeah, that was so cool. That's a cool.
There's another Don Adams special there. Don Adams is making the circuit tonight.
I tell you, I bet you he's rolling around in his grave. Coming. Hey, I'm relevant again.
He's looking for royalties.
The underworld, or the next world royalties. Speedy from Speed Buggy. Yep, from cartoons. Oh, Phantom Cruiser was Space Ghost Ship.
Oh, okay, good to know. So we still don't know Racer X's. I thought it was.
Let me Google
Phantom X.
You may be. It's killing me, so I got to Google it. I'm sorry. I'm getting off the chat for a minute.
Well, while you're doing that, it's 7:00 Eastern. It's time for the Why No Faces segment. So, Roger, can you at least still hear us and see?
Oh yeah. I guess I can hear you fine.
All right. Now let's take a look. As you all know, it is going to be our good friend Mike from Night Tiger Comics volunteered. This is where we show a scene, what do you call it there? Well, DS says it best, really. Say it better, DS, about the drug that affects us all.
Yes, it's a drug that's called pause, and everybody is affected by pause differently. And you never know how it's going to affect you until you're on it. So let's see what Mike looks like when he's high on pause.
And this is why we don't show our faces on the No Faces chat.
Oh.
Yeah, you blow that up on the big screen, it's quite horrific.
Ooh.
I gotta tell you.
Talk about an unbalanced mouth there.
I know. He's got one eye open, one eye closed. It's quite something.
And he looks like an arthritic hand coming in the middle there.
Yeah, there he is. That's why we don't show our faces, folks. If anyone out there would also like to be, playfully joining us for a Why No Faces segment, just throw your hat in the ring in the comments, or if you're watching on replay, throw it in there. And if there's anyone that wants to be part of that, we'll throw you in there. I hate to just pick people out of random, but I will if we don't get enough volunteers. So
it's the Shooting Star. Man. His car is called the Shooting Star.
Really? I never heard of that.
Never heard of it.
I almost think that's wrong.
I don't think that. I don't think in the episodes it was ever said. That might, maybe that's, it comes from some kind of movie or some kind of other show. But in the original manga anime, I don't think that it was ever said that it was called. So anyway, hey, Seawood's in the chat. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hey, Seawood.
Oh, hold on. What does he say here? My face is pretty dumb. Do what you will with it, Bub.
No, actually, I've always hoped that he would let me do one of his, because I have accidentally paused his face before on some of those signature Sundays and thought, oh man, what happened to him?
Oh man,
staying on those lines too long.
Carson, you're on the bullseye now, buddy.
Yeah, he's picking on, and Gretzky's 9966. I'm trying to think of what he looks like. Does he even show his face?
No, he doesn't.
Or is he messing with us? He's messing with us.
He's messing with us.
What a bum. Yeah, we'll get you up there, Seawood. No problemo.
I started showing my face on the channel just out of laziness, because it's too much effort and work to set up something here to do without showing my face, that I just said screw it. And because we bought this laptop and it's got the camera on the front, so you got to look at the screen. You know what I mean? So it makes it
Yeah.
difficult. So the last couple I just did like random live hangout things and showed my face just because it's just easier to look at the screen while I'm doing a video and the camera's on the front. If the camera was on the other side of this computer, it'd be a whole other ballgame though. But
I got you. Hey, Knights of Old's mentioning Robotech. That was one I wanted to mention too. I loved Robotech. That was so much fun for me. And I couldn't tell you the plot of a single episode. It was just an adrenaline ride. You know,
that's anime, right? That's Japanese anime.
Yeah, but it was on Saturday morning cartoons. I mean, I remember watching it in the mornings.
Oh, I don't recall it. I don't recall.
Yeah, Robotech. Yeah, I remember
the comics.
Toys and everything.
I remember the comics, the Kamiko comics. I remember them.
Yeah, and I think with the first appearance of Robotech or something is in like an anime type comic, Macross or something. I don't know. I think it's worth a good bit. I think it's a Robotech like first appearance or something. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
I know, but that doesn't mean you're wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's called Macross or something like that. I don't even know. I'm gonna look it up, but
oh man, everyone is excited about getting some of these Obscura. We're scraping the barrel, you guys.
Yeah.
Got Voltron, yeah, definitely. And I remember when Voltron had all the cars too in the later season, and that was fun too.
Well, they had the Lions. Didn't they have the Lions?
They started with Lions, and then they had vehicles after that.
Oh, okay.
They were all
here it is, Macross 1. Yeah, I don't know. This book is worth a lot, but it doesn't have notes on the label. But there it is. I don't know.
See if I can get it on you. I'm trying. I'm getting there, Roger.
Oh, okay.
Macross 1.
I've never seen that.
And it's like a Japanese anime manga type thing. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see what it's a Comico from 1984. Official English adaptation, Macross. And I think this is where Robotech is from.
It looks like Robotech.
Yeah, that's it. All right. I remember that.
I think this is like the key if you're into that. Yeah, because look at the price on this one. Here's a 9.8 with white pages, and it is $2,000.
Ooh,
yeah,
yikes.
so this is like a major key for like a Robotech.
Ooh, yikes.
Yeah, but it's or best offer, DS. I know you don't know how to use that button. Yeah,
but if you that's not the most expensive one. There's one that are asking $3,000.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you something though.
Whatever. Yeah.
November, about mid-November, somewhere from the Ides of November, and for the next 2 weeks up until December 1st. And this is my little tip out there for you all: make offers.
Yep.
People accept crazy lowball offers.
They need
from
Christmas
November
money.
15th to November 30th, they're trying to hound out that Christmas money. And you say, well, why not closer to Christmas? Well, because they know that they need time to take that money and buy something else online and have it shipped. So,
right. Yeah.
So that's what they're trying to do. Everyone's whatever money they have the 1st of December, and now it's time to buy stuff. So,
yep. Veterans Day is, generally my day for starting that trend of making half offers.
Oh yeah, extreme lowball offers. Yeah. And someone out there is hungry for the money. Now your item may not ship for 2 months, but but you'll get it.
But it does work. I've gotten some. I already told you I only win like 5% of those offers because I only pay rock bottom prices. But in November, December, my percentage goes up to more like 10 to 15%. So
yeah, I love it.
Triple.
It's good stuff. Yes. Get them, everybody. Get those deals. And you guys know how I do, or if you haven't watched some of my other videos where I've explained it, everyone talks about GPA. Everyone talks, you got Go Collect and you got all these things, and they're great tools for what they are, as long as you understand that they're not gospel, they're tools. And and it's all based on averages, and if you pay for their services, then you can go deeper into the numbers, and you'll see a little number all the way on the far left, and that's the lowest amount that was paid for that book that year. That's me. So I don't care what the average says.
That's
because the average is overpaying. That's me. I'm the outlier. I'm the guy paying for the 0.5. You know, the lowest price for the 0.5 out there. That's me collecting. So if you ever wonder who that is, I'll sign your receipt from Go Collect or whatever. So anyway,
oh, we got a few other ones here, real quick. Johnny Quest and the VTOL jet. That's right, vertical takeoff and landing jet. I remember that. Michael Dodd came up with that one. Oh, Archie Andrews Jalopy Betsy. I didn't know he had a jalopy named Betsy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know her. I didn't know it had a name.
Okay, good one, Bigglesworth. You pulled one up on me. Let me tell you, I did not know that.
That is awesome.
Worst case scenario of the day? No. Akira motorcycle. Yep, good one. Good one. Hey, the anime people are coming out here.
They're always there.
First animal man for $13. Nice. Yep, and that's about it,
awesome,
I guess. Lady Fantastic did talk about the Blackbird, but we mentioned that already, Milady.
I like the Blackbird.
Yeah.
I like any of the team vehicles that also have their own, like when you see the Blackbird fly in, that was pretty awesome. And it was less of a fantasy vehicle because at that time there was an actual Blackbird, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it was a real military vehicle. So I like those too. The ones that are a little less fantasy and a little more real, I tend to like those. So. Yep.
Oh, the TARDIS, of course. How could we forget that?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
That's a good one.
Hold on. Here we go. Here's one for you right here. There you go. There's a TARDIS for you. Police box, public call box.
Nice. Does that light up?
No. Oh, well, yeah, it does. The little thing on top does, but the bulb burned out. I got to replace it.
Oh, nice. And I know that we had mentioned the Rocketeer, and this is the best Rocketeer I've ever found, and it's actually an ornament. And so this is the best version of the Rocketeer I've ever seen. So
that's why coming out of the bag. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's very detailed.
The Rocketeer, that Dave Stevens book, right?
Oh yeah, I've got all of them. I've got doubles of his first appearance. I'm not quite sure what to do with them.
I'll send you my address, bub.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it's worth a little bit, but it's not. It's never. I don't think it's a book that's blown up anytime. Is it going to blow up anytime soon? Unless they make a remake. And I think that the original actually holds up pretty good. So I think a remake probably will bomb. And so I guess when the first trailer drops, right? That they say when the first trailer drops.
That's it.
Sell.
That's when you got to sell. Oh, here's one I didn't mention. Here's one I didn't mention. A lot of people don't know. The Invaders had, Submariner had a amphibious plane. This is the best image I could get of it over here. But they use that to. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hold that up so we can see it.
Yeah. And they used it to transport around. Usually they were in the UK, so it was amphibious plane. It was faster than conventional jets and was faster underwater too because it was Atlantean design. So
very cool. Atlanteans. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see any Namor action coming up, but it concerns me what suit they're going to put him in. Seems to me there was a decent suit, say late '90s, where he was more covered up. He wasn't just wearing a Speedo.
Yeah, he had one. Gosh, I can't think of it right now, but yeah, he had. It
was like green and black or something.
I think it was like pants, like longer. So he had at least.
He still had like a plunging neckline. They might want to do something about that. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
kind of like Falcon. That way open V.
Yeah. No chest hair, so no chest hair there, so it was no problem.
Well, he swims so fast it shears right off.
It sheared off. Oh man.
All right, guys. Well, I think we've about beat this old jalopy. Betsy, the old jalopy, to death. I want to thank, of course, DS Comics for being here and Metarog for being here, and of course our good friend Mike from Night Tiger Comics. Thank you for joining us. It was fun to have all of you. and we'll make our rounds and say our goodnights. Everybody drive home safely in your supercar of choice. And we'll start with you, Roger. Go ahead and tell us just exactly what we should do until the next time we see you.
Well, exactly. I don't know about exactly, but yeah, keep supporting, the channels, guys, as you always have. You guys are, I see you in so many live chats, commenting on so many videos. That makes such a difference when we know that, somebody is out there enjoying what, the content that we put out. And so, I at least for me, this community has just been, way above any expectation I had. So everybody knows the score. Everybody be blessed. And I mean that. And be back. I mean that too.
Thank you, Roger. We appreciate you. And DS, as is customary, is there anything you want to shamelessly plug before you tell us to do our homework?
Not really. I mean, I have Golden Guys tomorrow night. That's always a cool show on the Comic Core channel on Tuesday nights at 10 Eastern. And we basically just wing it and chat randomly about Golden Age comics. Always a good time. And other than that, just do your homework. And if anybody's going to Baltimore Comic Con, I'll be there. And I know there's a lot of people in the community going, so that's less than a month away at this point. So
cool.
Should be a good time.
Very cool. All right, enjoy that. I ain't got nothing coming up either. Roger, do you have anything coming up?
Yeah, I got. I'm supposed to be on a chat tonight with JP Collects and Boy Who Had Seven. I'm trying to confirm that right now. And Thursday, I have Graders Notes where we're kind of flipping the script a little bit. We're not going to do a comic book. We're going to review the Masters of the Universe movie. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. I had to watch that. I had to watch that this weekend. Oh boy.
I would say it doesn't hold up well, but it never was up at all.
Yeah. So if you want to have a good time of us dissecting and eviscerating a movie, show up Thursday around 8:00.
That sounds good. That sounds good. I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm just still getting through my last convention and posting videos from that. I think I put one up today, I think. So you can catch that out. And I'll probably have a Golden Age haul on Wednesday. So a mostly Golden Age haul. So I don't know exactly, but probably on Wednesday. I still have to open them. Actually, I got a package. I've got 3 Goldies waiting for me in the kitchen right now. So I'm going to crack those open and see. The packaging was so disappointing that I don't know. I'm scared to open them.
Wow.
But anyway, that's what it is. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot going on, and just enjoying it, just picking up books and loving them. So, all right, everybody. So let's see. We had Be Blessed, Be Back. We had Do Your Homework, and I'll tell you to go ahead and read a comic. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll catch you next week on the No Faces Comic Chat. Good night.